I also try to get an estimate of like how long this was. And it's about 5 to 6 hours. So we'll probably get a good chunk of it done today, if
Whenever
anything.
I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my
But
past.
this might be a two-part ending.
Maybe
And
my
the other
mind has been confusing her with my
pieces are
sister this
shorter, I
whole
believe.
time.
Like 1 to 2 hours shorter.
Anyway.
Ah, yes. Kindness dreams. Discrimination. Ah. The sound of rain filled the village. I have to click between each sentence, god damn it. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Daimo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye, blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Daimo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to the sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Dimo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt. Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? You sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Excuse me, I have a burp, but that won't come out. Fuck. Kinda prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaina couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaina's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to run away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. What a little fuck. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaina, he called his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaina. Demo paused until grinning, as Kaina crawled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaina ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaina closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned into terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaina was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. I had to put emphasis on fat. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaina. But the young girl was the least of her concerns. Their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. It hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaina again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaina, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. Well, thank you, music, for... As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. The struggles begin. Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaina. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaina, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaina as she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaina's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaina found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaina. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaina was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaina called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaina and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaina truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaina's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaina drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't— Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers on Kaina's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaina want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaina reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaina to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaina's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaina blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaina took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaina gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the hand. The rain had stopped. Kaina stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaina let her gaze drift up past the weather vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. She turned and headed for home. The light Oh my god. The light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. This is why I can never do the narration for, like, audiobooks. I can't English. Kaina's dreams, daily life. Okay, hold on. I want to sip of my drink. I've yet to open my coffee. Oh, it's going. Oh, okay, first sentence, that's all. In the distance, Kaina heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaina's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaina. That you, Kaina? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaina, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Jades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaina knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaina did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaina knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaina moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaina enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaina turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaina swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, ugh, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. "This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes." Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaina redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. "Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you..." Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Her eyes wide, Kaina dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. "Grandma!" The woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill." Kaina steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home on the hem of her dress, but Kaina didn't notice. "Grandma? Grandma, what's happening?" Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaina away. "Stop that. Just stop," she cried, breathing heavily. "It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all." Kaina desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaina was ending. Well, close enough. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaina came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. "Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village." The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaina gently pushed her down. "It's all right," she said. "I'll be fine." Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. "Excuse me, Jesus, there's that burp." "Well, I don't like it, damn it, god damn it. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up." The old woman watched as Kaina strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaina moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaina took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air, telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaina's presence. Hey lady, said Kaina with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kaina saw that her eyes held a different emotion, fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaina repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaina cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaina happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha, barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. Bo's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaina under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaina a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaina turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad. They seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaina didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaina and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into a sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's none left that I wish to draw. No one left. Kaina took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali, thought Kaina suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaina scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaina murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step. My brain was like, what the fuck does that mean? For a second there. But it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, and even bleeding with a bit in places. With a bit? Even bleeding a bit in places. The struggles continue, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her a portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Poor shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her head. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Excuse me. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something." The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter, "you truly are of my blood. You're as clumsy as me and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more, and asked her grandmother to take her artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on and people and memories move in and out of life, like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams, separation. Oh no! I'm taking another sip because that kind of made me want to cry a little. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug," said Kaine, "and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaina's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaina could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaina started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaina lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaina looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaina stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let 'em come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaina. Lately it seems my mind is—" She didn't finish the thought. Instead, walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer, the flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaina thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers on the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and build in defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaina reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you in the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kaina by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma," yelled Kaina in a quaking voice. "Grandma, stop it. What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just..." Kaina thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began. "Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Kaina rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart. Excuse me, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaina could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. "Don't turn around. Don't turn around," she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looked so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaina worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaina pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kindly suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No, oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up, well, as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kinda ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stove and went sprawling onto the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaina's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. Oh my god. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaina, it let out a roar and flickered its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaina responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaina with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaina glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaina. "Alive!" Kaina's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaina tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up, now!" As Kaina struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing the mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaina lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were suddenly broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on, just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaina pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness. The distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two, then flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep within, somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaina was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaina rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back," she screamed. "Give her back to me." It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was lashed out to its foot. Kaina never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground, with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaina?" Kaina's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. "Grandma?" "Kaina, you gotta run. You can't best this one." Kaina grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. "Grandma, come on, we have to go." "Ah, my feels." The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaina's grasp and thumped to the ground below. "Grandma, no, no! I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through." The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaina's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaina blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. "I'm gonna take a sip." Reading hurts. Well, it's mostly because this hurts right now. My feelings. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze that was gone, and was gone. Damn it. Memories flashed through Kaina's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaina screamed then, a thunder sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaina's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Excuse me. Kaina seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade took Kaina off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaina's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. 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 That's a lot of kill-its. Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaina slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Oop. My eyes.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
I love that my lance is, like, in this cutscene. Am I fighting? Yeah.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
My sword feels lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
I wasn't prepared to fight today. What buttons are what? I'm having a moment. Sorry. Hello? You dead. Register it. Damn. Oh, sounds like Shay wants in. Hello, Shay. Shay, Shay. Shay, Shay. Hey, baby. Do you want to be held? You want to come with me? You want a piece? She very much does not, and I know better. Ah, we're back to reading. Gently, weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stomping along the way to bellow one final roar. What would be? Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, kinda tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. I love her. She's like, I'm dying. You know what? Let me be fucking funny about it. Ha, cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hello, Shay. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. Shay, please. Okay. I thought she was gonna tip over her water. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaina and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. Gonna You gotta be careful, mamas. Okay. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaina opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No! Don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaina turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaina laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaina wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me. Save me. I can't. Kaina finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Wahaha! Oh god, you are the best. Kaina glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot searing pain left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaina tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaina shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, I'm not gonna do the laugh. Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaina was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whimpered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Oh my god. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. The black lump began to protrude from Kaina's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, sunshine, screamed the voice. Oh no, sorry. Wrong tone. Ah, what the hell, sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, Can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. Then she opened her eyes again. They burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaina glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaina stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaina took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood, then go out there and... Shut up, and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the Erie would love to see you dead. Kaina grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaina screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Haha, stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again. A loud, long wail seemed to go on without end. Possessed, whispered Kaina. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaina looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies, people you want to kill, I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Well, wait, said Kaina. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think some kind of... What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaina considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaina. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyron. And if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaina found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Huh, laughed Tyron. I've shipped bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaina herself. Kaina waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot on the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and... I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Well,
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil. But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird, aren't they? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
the warm water.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid, before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession and my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Cuties.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
You know, I never really came back to the house. I probably missed out on money.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
It's Mom's diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Ah, yeah.
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Unable to save until the battle is over, that's fine. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Guess I'm going down. I forgot how to fight, again. Why am I up? What? Drop? Okay. Well. Did. I obtained 3 medicinal herbs. Yeah. The Black Scrawl, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. God. 3 more medicinal herbs. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness. Obtained the one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. And 3 more medicinal herbs. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Oh. Well, oh. Damn. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return the soulless vessels. May as well. Can I change the... Oh! Oopsies. talk into it. Oh, come on. It's being hateful. Did I hit him and went into the water? Or is this also sand? Unsure. Beach. Oh. I'll use the health cell. Obtain the Kabuki outfit. System data saved. You earn 1,000 experience points. 3 medicinal herbs. Ah. No, you know what? I think there's like 5 doors for me to go through. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day, and one which has never seen night. Oh, that was immediate. No magic. No evasion? That sucks. Bad timing. Nope. Protected turtle, no blocking. Bitch. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. I'm getting a lot of medicinal herbs, so I'm just gonna heal willy-nilly. They're both green. No? Okay. But now this is... oh no. That's fine. Let me change this back to Lance, I guess. No! No, I still got it. Heal willy-nilly. It's green. No open. Why?
It seems we have been shut in.
Oh. Ah, shit. Just gonna jab through the orbs. Nothing? Well, that sucks. I prepared. No. Okay, I'm gonna stop wasting my MP. Hello? Oh, that's a big stretchy. Did a big stretchy Shay. I am Confucian. With the big Does my thing say anything? Talk to Devil and Popola, of course.
It seems we have been shut in.
Get that titanium alloy. Okay, not this one. Unless, like, I missed that the first time and now I can go through. Because it's not like any other rooms have reset. No.
It seems we have been shut in.
Okay. Sure. The song of man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. That was a lot. There was a lot. Fool's Lament. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Shit.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, Sol. You missed a couple chapters of Kaina's story. And then we took control of Nier again, and we were at the house, and I was like, oh, the Mother's Diary. And now we're here. Oh. Darn, I was really hoping I'd get that off before. I'm a little stuck here. Okay, thanks, I guess. Jackass. Oh. Okay. Fuck you and your shield. Oh my goodness. Whee! Done? Done. No weapon that time. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. We're first person for this. I'll... Not the flying things. They gotta stop having such bopping music. Four. You too, buddy. Get out of here. I feel kind of bad about that. Not usually one for remixes, but this ain't that bad. Oh, hold on. Essentially the same. We got quite a bit of like actual reading to do for kindness. There's not like a huge like thing of gameplay, and then we played as the main character for like a second to fight. You remember when we trapped a shade in the basement of the library and then kind of used herself as a door? Okay. Well, it started off with like, oh, we're coming back to like get kind of a samurai outfit, hey. And then story time about kindness past, and then curing kinda, and then fighting the shade, and then we're back to story time, more of kindness past. And now we're at that little part after we cured kinda, and they're like, I hate Devila and I doubted Popola. And then I didn't let anything else happen because I ADHD'd and touched the thing. And this is where we are. This isn't even part of like the main thing right now. This is just Mom's diary. Although I could have sworn it was like Dad's diary. Now there's a third door. There was either 3 or 5 doors now that I think about it. But I said 5 because that just felt normal. Limber up. Oh yeah, we have weapons. And I don't think we got a new spear. I should have done this to make the things go away. I know we got new swords. This is new. Are you 400? That's very heavy. Oh, I think we're done with the two-handed swords. Because this isn't Brother Nier. Well, listen, I can't you want explanations? Talk to Star. I don't know, shit. This isn't like current Brother Nier. Labyrinth's Whisper. This is like the mother's. This is mom's diary that we're looking at right now. Labyrinth's Whisper. Fool's Embrace was, I think, new. Cruel Oath. 150. Still missing sword and spear. One-handed sword and spear. Let me get up to a door. Yeah, but this isn't current. I feel like this is what they had for Father Nier, but I don't know. I don't... Hey, big boy. What level am I? 32? Can I think I can hit save real quick. Even though it does have like little system savings, I'm still gonna do it. Do you think I should try or should I come back at 33? Yeah, from Gestalt version. Methinks. See?
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
But yeah, it's just right there. I could have sworn it said Dad's diary.
I feel confident the child still lives.
Of course she does.
I wanted to see if there was anything else here. Let me save real quick. I'm at a point where I gotta talk to Devila and Popola again. I don't know if that's what that's gonna make me do specifically, because I don't remember. I'm gonna try it anyways. If I die, we'll come back later. Because if anything, this should be the part where we get the pieces, right?
The diary.
Yeah.
The world of the recycled vessel.
Like, you know, the fragments and then go fight again. I don't know. But also, ending B should be 5 to 6 hours. It's probably gonna be in 2 parts. That's all. Just as a warning. So we'll be doing Nier tomorrow as well. And so long as this memory exists, so long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged over. Wow, I don't know what that said. It's gonna take us a second longer because of this, I think. I hate the dark red orbs, because you can't magic through them, you gotta hit them to get through them. Or dodge. No, you bitch. Ow. See what I mean? Gotta melee the darker red orbs. Wow, Wolfie, that's what you come in with? Oh, these little fucks. I called one of them a bitch because it it got some distance on me. Hi Wolfie, how you doing? You missed me fighting the urge to cry. Ow. Oh, I need to actually pay attention to my health a little bit. Come on now. Alright, where's the big bad that they wanted me to be level 33 for? Cleaning a room. Can you come help me with mine? I mostly need to organize. And sweep. I need to sweep again. A boat! See these lighter red ones? I can just magic through most of them. Hello, Big Bad. Actually, I want to hold on to. Ow. I have enough juice. Okay, I got hit, but I still kept my charge. Oh! You know what? It's fine. We got money anyways. I hate... Three jars. Yeah, I need to... figure out... Oh. I have stuff on my little tiny shelves on my desk. And I need to figure out what stays and what goes. I haven't really touched anything on there, but like obviously I'm not gonna get rid of some stuff anyways. So I don't know. Foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. I can't read. The boars! Untarget that, please. Nice. Didn't think that would flip me. Oh, it's gonna charge again. Oh, it curved. What is it, Reinhardt? Oh my god. Me at this point. I'm the foolish human. Target the weaker one. You bitch. Oh shit. Should be getting rid of these small ones. They are annoying me. Hello, goodbye. What angle? This angle? What? God damn. Okay. Alright, picked up another one. Perfect. Our health selves. All is paid, all is sacrifice. Ooh. This is a creepier version of the song. Well, I feel like the beat's about to be less creepy. Here, let me swap out Lance for Whirlwind. Okay. Oh, one moment. She literally... Oh my god. I'm sorry, but how sad. Is it like is it a medical presentation? I'm assuming so, considering how deep into like the schooling you are. But like what kind of presentation is it? Also, out of curiosity, how much is she paying? How much is she offering? I'm gonna assume that's the way out, because it is in the main part. What? 2 more showed up? Ow. 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 Bully, the one that has... armor and is fallen. More... Give me 1 second, I'm trying not to get hit by this one. Because that was a wind-up that he was doing. She's a plastics and pollution class last semester and got an A-. Oh. Well, first off, good for you. Very proud of you. Thought one of these had a door leading out. Yeah, right here. More of a beard. I'll be honest, it sounds like she sucks. How much was she offering for you to do it, though? Out of curiosity. Ah! I'll take that health salve, pick that one up. Please. I'm like stuck here. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm done with that room for sure. You didn't ask for an amount, you just said no. I was wondering if she came in with like a set amount for you.
It seems we have been shut in.
Bro, that's so sad though. I'll say though, it is not honorable, it's slightly more considerate, because at least she's willing to pay you. But it's more considerate than the people that like have a group project and then don't do anything, and the entire group is like, well fuck, I guess we gotta do his part for him. That was us with... I was in a situation like that a couple times, but one of them was for like, speech. And honestly, we should have told that bitch ahead of time, hey, this person's not really like answering the calls, he's not responding to any messages, emails, nothing. I'll take a random medicinal herb, top myself off. Are these all medicinal herbs? Yes. Yeah. You don't like that? Yeah. You don't want her to start the habit of doing that? That is also valid. Eagle egg. Yeah, it's really not. Alright, here's the sinister thing that I might struggle with because I'm 32 and not 33. Oh, maybe not. Did I get my things? I got them out. Okay. These are herbs. I think I've only ever been asked once to do an essay for someone, and I just stared at them. I didn't give an answer, I just stared. Oh, I don't want to be near that. Ow. But yeah, she didn't like that. Just staring, no answer. So eventually she just went away. Also, like, I had my own essay to fucking write out. I'm not gonna waste my time doing yours. Health salve, you said. Give me that. Cool. That still hit me. Yeah, let me just do this one. Yeah. Even with medical problems, gotta do some work. Fool's Accord. Oh, a spear. But I ain't typing that bitch. What if it's the opposite? What if they need your help typing it? Do not bring back the light. Do not bring back the vessel. Do not bring back the future. Do not bring it back. Like, what if they have it in their head? They just can't type. Do I want this? I was also okay proofreading people's things, because that was my favorite part about it, about English, is proofreading. I would definitely do it for certain people, though. If I didn't fucking like you, all you got was stares. Apparently. That's all I did. Not even to give you an actual response because you suck that much. Speech to text then, like, you know what, you're right, that's fair. That did exist. That does exist. Okay. Ah! Oh! I think we stopped it from doing that. Damn it, it still has a shield. Not anymore. What shield? Okay. Maybe it's new feedback. So she can have an idea what to do. Are you sure that sending her the presentation was a good idea? Or is it not quite the same subject? Ah shit, this one's spewing magic. Out of here, magic user! Okay, what is this? Medicinal herb? Shit, Oh, it depends on what she picked her as assigned to. Okay. Ah, more of these bitches. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna change out Dark Whirlwind for, I guess, Dark Lance. Did not move on time for that. Oh shit, okay. Ow. God damn it. I don't want to do that one. Close. Hold on. I cannot read. There we go. Always has been mommy kinda, let's be real. Only 3 recovery potions. Every beam of light is an invitation to death. Oh man. Oh man. Ow. I'm sad that they didn't fly off the... Stop that. Quit your blocking. Am I supposed to jump that? Oh. Shit. Who's spewing magic? You fucking stop that. I don't think it's you. Give me some fucking space, bro. Oh, it's on the side. Okay, well, that sucks. I've just swapped for you real quick. Bitch. Oh, come on, not the fucking flying one. Okay, hold on. Yike! Well, I pushed the wrong one. Why? That's not my fucking fault. Nope, stop. Ugh. Like a piece when like oh yeah. Oh shit! I need to pay attention. Bad timing. The Wilhelm scream as oh no 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 oh I am so off the excuse me before you fucking hit me with that. Oh, we got plenty of that. This shit curved! This is depressing, truly. Stop! Well, at least I avoided that. That was terrible timing. But at least I'm not off. Okay. Bullshit. Well, you know. I don't think I needed the magic drop. No, yeah, magic, yes. It's the spirit capsule. Oh, shit, he killed me. Oh, do I have to do all that again if I am dead? Wolfie, that doesn't...
My word.
That's not supposed to count for over here. Don't add to my... No, stop adding to my fucking Silent Hill counter.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I...
Same audio. Okay, well, we spent enough time there. We'll come back to it. In fact, if I have to... Why not? I should have done the other one that was only level 10, but sure. I'm gonna fix it later. Fuck you. My fucking counter. Okay, now I gotta go.
I should talk to Devila first.
I guess. I guess we'll go into town. Oh, she's just right here, actually.
Hey,
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next.
Headed
All
there
right.
next.
Devila,
Yeah?
sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
All right.
Yeah. Well, you know. Now we can go talk.
Popola?
Oh, hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped.
It's very kind
Oh.
of you to say so.
Oops.
Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
Okay, was it just a repeat then from here on? Like, I understand there's a whole lot of repeating in this game. It's just, am I just skipping to the last sections of the Route 8 again? I can't remember. My eyes.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
And no one's got stuff, right? Well, looks like quest-wise, I don't gotta give a damn.
Hey, look who it is.
The red
Remember
bag
me?
man.
That red bag. My pages. You're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
Oh yeah, huh? Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Oh yeah, what are we doing? Going... What is my thing right now? Lost Shrine. Oops, sorry, sir.
Oh there!
I have to go to the store.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
Well, at least if it's making me do the boss fights again, I don't gotta do the side quests. Although I'm at like 91% completion for that. Excuse me. Hansel. Alright, we get more context for the shades. What do you want? Go away, dirty defective swine. I'm not like you. I'm different. Should be the same, but this time we're gonna get context for these boss fights we're gonna have. So unfortunate for me, I gotta repeat this section. Ooh, okay. That's the one that gave me the most trouble. Louise, I think? I think that was her name. Oh. You again? Stop bothering me. Grimoire of Ice has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. What? Oh man, I gotta get up there again.
Excited, sunshine. We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
I forget. I forgot you can hear that shade in Kaine. There's just an interaction between them two. Maybe I should be killing these things. No talking. Oh, I gotta move them again.
This is all too easy.
Ow. No. You thought your class started at 5:30? Cool. When does it start? Six. Okay.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety, Shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Interesting. And there should be... Well, that's depressing. I think after we do this one boss fight, we'll probably call it here for today, and tomorrow we'll do all the other little boss fights leading up to the big boss again. Would have been faster to just go up. That's maxed. And I don't have health. I need to replace. Let me also swap that for that. Oh, oh hell yeah. Oh, I don't know. Should probably move this one. Hello, one down. Oh, that works just fine. Yikes. Okay. Oh. Okay. And then I'm gonna need to change that again. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went Gestalt before the change was complete. And after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our lives. What was that? It's me, bitch. Knock knock. No camera for me, I forgot.
Kaine? Emile? Look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun!
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
One hit these boxes.
You've got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
I got a fucking image to
We
maintain.
seem
Ah,
to be
what the fuck?
surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
Just kick him aside. I have to go to the store after this. I thought the save machine was... Yeah, sure, lock onto that one. I thought the save machine was shooting at me. It's just a little dude. Don't you touch them. Damn you.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
Actually, yeah, let me murder all the small ones real quick.
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light.
No, let me...
Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Okay, that's all of the charges. There we go. Stop hurting my friends.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying.
What the fuck? Well, that sucks. That was a waste of my charges.
Have you felled the beast?
Those are my friends.
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, sunshine. You ain't feeling bad this week, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You gotta lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
Kaine!
Oh, you're kidding me!
on, you stupid arm, move. So sorry, Gretel. May you join Hansel.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
Ah, shit, right. I'm just gonna very quickly,
It's Kaine's shade!
With no other choice, we must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Alright.
Oh
Ola.
dear.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance.
I forgot
and
that
keep
his
going
just kind of
because
goes
you.
on. Like, I'm not
weak,
pressing
and
anything.
I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me!
All right. Stop crying. And thanks. I'm all right.
Over there.
Or like happy. Listen, I was gonna say that definitely does not sound like the English voice actor for Deku.
And what is this, hmm?
Beats me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap. And the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful. Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
Okay, well. I think the Forest of Myth was the quicker of the two.
Popola said we might be able to find something in the Forest of Myth.
Oh.
You will forgive me if I seem less than enthusiastic about such a trip.
Okay, but we are gonna leave those little boss fights / the ending for tomorrow. I don't think... Let's go take a quick look in town. Yeah, Popola's not out here. Or not Popola, Devila. Let's check... Someone does have something for me.
Man, I'm bushed.
That's the... gondola, bitch. Not the gondola. That's not a gondola, that's a boat. Oh, Lord.
How did it come to this? My life is over, I tell ya. Over!
I sense another inane and time-consuming request coming on. Best to just walk away while you still can, lad.
Easy, Vice. Hey there, what's going on?
Whoa, friend. Whoa is what's going on. So I ended up having to work on me and my honey bun's wedding anniversary, right? And since we couldn't celebrate the occasion together, things got a little, heated. I want to make it right and get back in her good books, but I'm a little in over my head. Think you could help a guy out?
It'll take a hell of a present to make up for a missed wedding anniversary.
I thought the same thing, so I asked my sweet dumpling if there's anything she wants. And she told me, I want that thing you promised me back when we were newlyweds.
That thing?
Exactly! Problem is, I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Can you believe I forgot? Oh, I am just the worst. So, you have any idea what my wife might want? Come on, you gotta help me out here.
What comes to mind when imagining the ferryman's wife? How they argue. A red bag, I guess. It's very noticeable about the two.
Well, you guys carry matching red bags, right?
Red? Aha! That's it! We got married after learning we had a shared love of all things crimson, so she'll definitely want something red.
Welcome back. I found a random side quest. Well, I was gonna check Devila at the tavern if she had any side quests, and this bastard had one.
I remain skeptical this will lead us to something his wife truly desires.
Whoopi, can you see who's on real quick? So I can know where to go.
We're so close, I can taste it. Let's see, red. Yeah, I got nothing here. What do you think I should give her?
Yeah, expensive jewels.
How about a fancy jewel?
Yeah, I guess she might have mentioned wanting something like that a long time ago.
Something sweet?
Well, girls like sweet things, right?
What, like apples? Yeah, she loves apples, but problem is she already eats them all the time.
Flowers don't make up for a missed anniversary.
Flowers? Everyone loves a good flower.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen my wife giving two hoots about flowers, like, ever. Ugh, this is getting us nowhere.
Can you believe she actually married this lout?
Teehee.
You know what? Fine. I'll just get her apples, a red jewel, and some red flowers, and call it a day. Should be easy enough for me to get the apples and flowers squared away in Seafront. But I'll probably need your help finding a red jewel, so what do you say? Help out a pal for old time's sake?
How could I say no when you look at us with those puppy dog eyes? Sure, we'll track you down a jewel.
Oh, thank you. Once you found it, just bring it right to my home in Seafront, okay?
Where do we even go for that? I'm gonna... After a fight with... you've been asked to track down at the Strange Things store. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna leave that for also tomorrow.
A red jewel, is it? The Strange Things store might deal in such articles.
Let's go check it out.
Doesn't look like there's anything in here for us. You have any jobs?
Hey there. Mind hearing me out for a minute?
I really don't want to.
What's up?
I asked the bag-carrying ferryman over at the wharf to help me restock the old hooch supply, but I don't know. He seems kind of down lately.
Were you supposed to be the start to that
If something's
quest?
troubling him, it'd mean a lot to me if you could help him out.
The ferryman with the bag, huh? Sure, I'll see if he needs a shoulder to lean on.
Okay, and it doesn't look like she has any...
Doesn't look like I have any work for you right now. Come back next time you're free, okay?
Okay, so it looks like we have the one quest at the moment. Which, like, great. Spectacular. We'll do it tomorrow, and then we'll do the boss fights. And then if we hit 33 at some point, we'll take a little breaky break to... What are you doing over here? To try to do that last door in the diary thing. Okay, but I think that is going to be all for today. I don't think there's any more reading to do from here on for this route, so that's good. That's nice for me.